Okay, this actually gives me an opportunity to give a speech as opposed to just simply introducing Sam, which I'm looking forward to doing. But I want to give you my 2 cents on what's taking place across the world and why this is such an important conference. You know, after World War II, it became generally recognized that nothing like National Socialism can ever be allowed to happen again. The left took advantage of this and went about convincing the world the problem with National Socialism was nationalism. It wasn't. The problem with National Socialism is socialism. You see, nationalism is a morally neutral term. It's goodness or it's evil depending entirely upon the goodness or evil the nation one adores. Yes, of course, if one adores Nazi Germany, then nationalism is evil. But if one adores a good and great and fair and just nation like the United States or Great Britain, then not only is nationalism a force for good, it is the only bulwark against the evils of socialism. So this new thing that they've created, international socialism, socialism without borders, socialism without cultures, very much what John Lennon talked about. Imagine there's no countries. Imagine no religion too. International socialism is actually more dangerous than national socialism ever was because there isn't the bulwark of patriotism. See, remember, yes, Nazi Germany, the nationalism was bad, but had the Brits not been nationalists, had they not been patriots, had they not recognized the goodness and the greatness and the rightness of Great Britain, then they not only wouldn't have had the stamina to stand up to Hitler, the National Socialists, they wouldn't have had a reason to stand up to Hitler. After all, if your culture is nothing special, then why fight to keep another culture out? And that's exactly what we're seeing in Europe right now, where they're not even putting up a fight against Islam. So, and if Americans didn't recognize American exceptionalism, we wouldn't have had the strength or a reason to stand up to the communists and win the Cold War. So nationalism, which is what we're returning to with Donald Trump, what they're returning to with Brexit, what they're returning to with the rise of Geert Wilders and others in Europe, is the only bulwark against the evils of socialism because socialism is a constant. While nationalism is morally neutral, socialism is always evil. And there is no ideological difference between those who counted the percentage of somebody's blood to determine whether they went to the gas chambers, and where in America today on the left, you count the percentage of blood and decide if somebody's going to get a tenured position at Harvard University. It may be a different tactic, it may be a different, but there's no difference in the ideology that leads to believing blood determines the character of the human being. And there is no difference ideologically between those who believed in a master race and those who have these race-based policies that we have here in America. None. And there is no difference ideologically between the propagandists of National Socialism and the propagandists on the news today and in the entertainment industry, which is why what Sam does is so important. And there is no difference ideologically in the stifling of free speech that you found in National Socialism and the stifling of free speech that we're fighting here today, that so many of us do in our own unique ways, that Mark and Barack and Bill do through the legal system, that Karen and AFA do through forums like this, that I and Sam do through the entertainment industry. Because without free speech, we cannot win. With free speech, we cannot lose. All right, so let me bring back to the stage Karen Sigmund. She did say it, but I'm going to ask again, please give money to help keep these forums going, and I'll see you again in about 15 minutes.